Good morning and welcome to the Cactv news this morning, the Thursday, 5th of October 2023. My name is Shegun White, and first let me bring you the headlines from the news. Senate confirmation witness faint and tragedy. A minister that was about to be confirmed slumped, and a journalist also passed away. Economic downturn forces states to borrow 46 billion from banks for salary payments. Federal government unveils plan to double medical and dental doctor population to 10,000. And also in business news, we have Nigeria losing or losses 847 billion naira to gas flaring, and also Nigerian importers face rising costs as Greece removes Nigeria from Standard Chartered Party contract. Also in sports, MTN champs over 7,000 athletes and 500 schools to compete for 1,000 medals. And also the Tigers defeat Team USA in China, and also a surprising one, Newcastle pulling out a surprise victory over PSG. Now let's go to the news in full. Abbas Balarabe confirmed despite collapse, and journalist suffers cardiac arrest on National Assembly shuttle. In a session at the Senate on Wednesday, Abbas Balarabe from Kaduna State was confirmed as a ministerial nominee, replacing Nasir El-Rufai. During his screening, Balarabe fainted, prompting a brief hiatus. Despite the incident, the Senate proceed to confirm his nomination along with two others. In a tragic turn of events, Tijani Adeyemi, a Senate correspondent for the news, correspondent for the Tribune newspaper, suffered cardiac arrest and passed away in a National Assembly shuttle. Efforts to resuscitate him were unsuccessful, and he was pronounced dead upon reaching the Secretary General of the Federation's clinic. His remains were later interred at the Gudu Cemetery following Islamic rites. The Senate, in a statement by spokesperson Yemi Adaramodu, assured that Balarabe, although having fainted during the screening, had passed all necessary checks and was stable. The Senate expressed condolences for the loss of the journalist and continued with the confirmation process for the ministerial nominees. We hope to bring you the footage video of that news maybe later in the news as we go on. All right, this second news here: economic downturn forces states to borrow 46 billion naira from banks for salary payments. In response to the economic challenges faced by several states in Nigeria, approximately 46.17 billion was borrowed from Access Bank, Fidelity Bank, and Zenith Bank between January and June 2023 to meet salary obligations. Access Bank emerged as the primary lender, extending loans amount to 42.97 billion naira to states and over the 6 months period. Following suit is Zenith Bank, providing 1.78 billion in loans, while Fidelity Bank extended 1.42 billion naira within the same time frame. The borrowing was unveiled through an analysis of the first half 2023 financial statements of these prominent banks, revealing the strain on state finances despite a marginal increase in revenue allocation. The increase in borrowing for salaries comes amid reports of a drop in internally generated revenue for 25 states in the first quarter of 2023, exacerbating their cash flow challenges. Economic experts caution against borrowing for recurrent expenditures like salaries, emphasizing the need for states to enhance revenue generation through capital projects and service delivery. The Fiscal Responsibility Commission is engaging with banks to implement guidelines on lending to states and public institutions, aiming to enhance compliance and improve debt management practices. We go on a quick short break, and when we come back, we'll continue with the news. Let's go on a break right now. We'll be right back. Please don't turn your dial from the TV. CSCTV News. We'll be right back shortly. All right, you're welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Now let's continue with the news this morning. Now the headlines coming up to us is that federal government unveils plan to double medical and dental doctor population to 10,000. The federal government has revealed its intention to bolster the number of medical and dental doctors in the country by doubling the population from 5,000 to 10,000 starting from the next academic year. The plan involves significantly increasing dental institutions across the nation. This announcement was made by the Minister of State for Health and Social Welfare, Dr. Tunji Alausa, during the induction ceremony for foreign trained medical and dental graduates organized by the Medical and Dental Council of Nigeria in Abuja. Dr. Alausa emphasized the need to ramp up health workers' production as the current output of just over 3,000 doctors annually falls drastically short of the country's requirements. The goal is not only to increase the number of doctors but also to extend these efforts to all health professionals, including pharmacists, nurses, physiotherapists, community health extension workers, radiographers, and more. The Ministry of Health and Social Welfare is committed to advocating for increased funding for the health sector and enhancing the value chain to attract more international grants and funding. Now to the next news. Remi Awode Foundation grants 20 million naira to church members. In a generous act of kindness, the Remi Awode Foundation, helmed by Dr. Emmanuel Awode, the chairman, chief executive officer of Kempstar Group, has provided 1 million naira each to 20 members of the Cherubim and Seraphim Movement Church, Divine Blessing Cathedral in Alagbado, Lagos. This philanthropic gesture was a part of the celebratory celebratory activities for Dr. Emmanuel Awode's 68th birthday. The 20 million naira grant was presented to the recipients during the Thanksgiving service for Awode's birthday as a contribution to assist and enhance their businesses. This initiative aligns with the foundation's ongoing commitment to poverty alleviation and empowerment among the church members. The Remi Awode Foundation RAF project, initiated in 2013, focuses on empowering church members, offering scholarship to students, and delivering humanitarian aid to both church members and the underprivileged in the society. We hope that many other philanthropies or wealthy people in the country will take after these kind of steps and alleviate poverty permanently from our country. The Nigerian Senate launches investigation into alleged maltreatment of Nigerians in Ethiopia. The Nigerian Senate has initiated an investigation into the reported unlawful killings and detention of more than 250 Nigerians in Ethiopia. This move follows a motion titled Urgent Need to investigate the unlawful killings and incarceration of over 250 Nigerians in Ethiopia, sponsored by Senator Simon Nwakwon, the minority leader, PDP Plateau North, and Senator Victor Ume, the YPP Anambra Central. During the presentation of the motion, Senator Nwakwon called for the constitution of a committee to visit Ethiopia, urging collaboration with the Ethiopian embassy to address the challenges faced by Nigerians detained in the country. The motion highlights a video clip circulating on social media depicting Nigerians held captive in Ethiopia maximum security prisons, emphasizing the need for urgent intervention and a comprehensive inquiry into the matter. In Osun State governor imposes fresh curfew on warring communities. The government of Osun State has reinstated a fresh curfew in the Irepodun and Orolu local government areas due to ongoing communal clashes between the Ilobu and Ifon communities. Governor Ademola Adeleke initially imposed a curfew in September after reports of conflicts between the two communities, which was later relaxed as tensions subsided. The Commissioner for Information and Public Enlightenment, Kolapo Alimi, announced the reinstatement of the curfew, now in effect from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. The decision aims to maintain law and order in the affected areas, prevent the destruction of lives and properties, and address the land dispute that is fueling the conflicts. Anyone found moving around Irepodu and Orolu local governments during the curfew will face arrest by appropriate legal action. Police declare prime boy wanted, Naira Marley and others remanded in Mohbad's case. The Lagos State Police Command has declared Owodunni Ibrahim, popularly called or known as Prime Boy, wanted for refusing to assist in the investigation into the controversial death of 27-year-old musician Lerioluwa Aloba, also known as Mohbad. The police have offered a reward of 1 million naira for information leading to Prime Boy's arrest. In a related development, a Lagos State magistrate court in Yaba granted a 21-day detention order for controversial musician Aziz Fashola, as known as Naira Marley, as well as Lagos socialite Balogun Eletu, as known as Sam Larry, a nurse alleged to have injected the late singer, and a fellow claiming to be the late singer's friend. The 4 defendants were remanded at the State Criminal Investigation Department, PANTI, pending the completion of the police investigation. Naira Marley was signed to Naira Marley Malian's record label, but had a falling out with the deceased Mohbad, who alleged intimidation by Naira Marley and his associates. The case was adjourned till October 25th for the report of the police investigation. Now to other news. UNDP commends Yobe State post-insurgency recovery efforts. The UNDP commended Yobe State investments in healthcare and education, emphasizing their alignment with the SDGs. Yaya visited the newly reconstructed 375-bed maternity and child healthcare complex in Damaturu, praising the state's commitment to addressing maternal and child care challenges. Governor Buni noted the administration's massive reconstruction initiatives aimed at accelerating recovery after the devastation caused by the Boko Haram insurgency. Yobe State has made significant strides in rebuilding critical infrastructure and facilitating the return and settlement of displaced communities, showcasing its resilience and dedication to post-conflict recovery. The NSCDC commandant urges professionalism, cautions against accidental discharge. The Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps, the NSCDC, is taking proactive measures to enhance its personnel's proficiency and responsibility in handling firearms. The training is part of the ongoing effort to address evolving security concerns effectively. The commandant of the NSCDC, Commandant Olushola Odumosu, emphasizes the importance of professionalism and caution against accidental discharge during a training session for the armed squad unit. The training aims to equip 280 personnel with the latest techniques in arms handling to effectively counter security challenges. Odumosu affirms a commitment to maintain civility while standing firm against criminal activities. The presidency insists Chicago Varsity's record vindicates Tinubu article to file documents. The controversy regarding President Tinubu's academic qualification continues, with the presidency asserting that the authenticity of the records from Chicago State University. They emphasize that the CSU document confirmed Tinubu as an alumnus and the legitimacy of the academic certificate presented to the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) for the presidential election. The presidency reiterates that Chicago State University's academic records validate the president as an alumnus and refuting claims of certificate forgery. Meanwhile, former Vice President Atiku Abubakar plans to file additional documents obtained from the university in support of his election appeal at the Supreme Court today. Now to other news. Community leader urges President Tinubu to renew Niger Delta State surveillance contract. A community leader, Sir Matthew Isekure from the Niger Delta region, advises President Bola Tinubu to renew pipeline surveillance contracts to curb oil theft and vandalism, thereby supporting the country's crude oil production. The leader from the Niger Delta region is urging President to direct the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation Limited to renew their contract for pipeline surveillance in the area. This move, according to Isekure, is vital to combat oil theft and vandalism and ensure the national daily crude oil production remains stable. Taraba State Governor seeks Army Battalion to secure ungoverned areas. Governor Agbu Kevas of Taraba State requests a battalion from the Nigerian Army to secure ungoverned spaces in the state and combat security threats posed by non-state actors. Governor Agbu Kevas urged the Nigerian Army to deploy a battalion to help secure the vast ungoverned area in the state and counter the security threats posed by non-state actors. The governor emphasized the need for support to ensure the safety and well-being of citizens in Taraba State, which shares borders with 6 other states. The Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Taurid Lagbaja, has assured the governor of deploying additional combat enablers to enhance security in the state. We go on a quick short break, and when we come back, we will bring you news in business and interesting news also in sports. Please stay tuned, don't go nowhere. We'll be right back. Thank you for staying tuned. Now we bring you news in business. Nigeria loses 847 billion naira to gas flaring, as reviewed by the NOSDRA Nostra. In a recent report by the National Oil Spill Detection and Response Agency Nostra, it has been revealed that the federal government of Nigeria suffered a staggering loss of approximately 847 billion between January 2022 and August 2023 due to gas flaring by oil and gas, 3 billion naira. The cumulative loss of the 847 billion naira during the specified time frame underscores the pressing issue of gas flaring in the nation. The report highlights a 16.28% increase in gas flaring in 2023 compared to the same period in the preceding year. Notably, the flared gas in the first 8 months of 2023 had the potential to generate 17,100 gigawatts per hour of electricity, while emitting 9.1 million tons of carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. The report also underscores that the offending companies, including prominent names like the Shell Petroleum, Chevron Nigeria, and Mobil Oil, were liable for penalties amounting to $342 million. However, a significant portion of these penalties was not collected by the federal government. Now, in the import business, Nigerian importers face rising costs as Greece removes Nigeria from Standard Chartered Party contract. In a recent development, Greece has excluded Nigeria from the Standard Chartered Party contract, potentially leading to increased importation costs of Nigerian importers. The decision was attributed to the unfavorable business climate prevailing in the country. Emmanuel Maiguwa, the president of the Maritime Security Providers Association of Nigeria, expressed concerns about the deteriorating maritime security and the stringent government policies, identifying these as primary reasons behind Greece's move. He emphasized that for vessels to enter Nigerian ports, importers now must prepare for higher expenditures. Now to other news in the business world. Nigerian naira plummets, declared one of Africa's weakest currency by World Bank. According to a recent report by the World Bank titled Africa's Pause, an analysis of issues shaping Africa's economic future in October 2023, volume 28 of that report, the Nigerian naira has witnessed a sharp decline, positioning it as one of the weakest currencies in Africa. The report reveals a depreciation of nearly 40% against the US dollar since a mid-June devaluation. The devaluation of the naira was attributed to the central bank's decision to lift trading restrictions on the official market. Similarly, Angola's kwanza faces depreciation due to the central bank's halt in defending the currency amidst low oil prices and mounting debt payments. Okay, still in that news, several other African currencies have also experienced significant losses in this year 2023, including South Sudan, Burundi, the Democratic Republic of Congo, Kenya, Zambia, Ghana, and Rwanda. All right, to other business news. Nigerian Customs teams up with Huawei for trade modernization. The Nigerian Customs Service, the NCS, is partnering with Huawei, the telecommunication company, to advance its trade modernization efforts. Huawei latest technology will be integrated to enhance automation and data sharing within the customs services, aiming for improved efficiency and transparency. The collaboration for EPTUs and potential validation fees of 30,000 naira have raised concern about competitiveness in the global market. Exporters are calling for more EPTs and a review of charges to alleviate the financial burden and support the growth of the exports industry. The Nigerian Customs Service and the FRSC are considering a collaboration to combat vehicle smuggling. The Nigerian Customs Service and the Federal Road Safety Commission have signed a memorandum of understanding for automated data sharing of vehicle registration to combat smuggling. Acting Comptroller General of Customs Adewale Adeniyi and Corps Marshal Dauda Ali signed the MOU at the FRSC headquarters in Abuja. The collaboration aims to enhance operational efficiency, compliance, and problem solving while focusing on resource optimization, road safety, revenue generation, and vehicle documentation. The partnership is expected to strengthen efforts against smuggling, revenue leakages, and social crimes. We're going to quick break, and when we come back, we bring you sports. For all the sports fans all over the world, please stay tuned. Don't go nowhere. Still your Cactv news. Don't touch that dial. We'll be right back right now. Welcome back. Now to sports. MTN Champs is offering over 7,000 athletes and 500 schools to compete for 1,000 medals. MTN Champs, sponsored by telecommunication giant in Nigeria, MTN, is set to witness over 7,000 athletes and 500 schools competing for more than 1,000 medals and 32 school team titles. The competition, organized by Making of Champions in partnership with Athletics Federation of Nigeria and Nigerian School Sports Federation, will take place across three age brackets in 4 cities, that is Benin City, Ibadan, Uyo, and Abuja. The top 10 athletes from this championship will join the MOC Academy and benefit from a structured training schedule. MTN is committed to empowering Nigeria's youth and providing them with a platform to excel. In other news in sports, medical experts raise concern over doping introduction into the NPFL. Medical experts have expressed concern regarding the introduction of random doping in the Nigerian Professional Football League by the Interim Management Committee (IMC), the league's organizers, while the NPFL announced the accusation of doping test kits from the United Kingdom and plans for random tests on players. Experts question the clarity and feasibility of this approach. They highlight issues such as education on prohibited substances, frequency of testing, financial capabilities for sample analysis, and alignment with international standards. Fans, however, see it as a necessary step to curb the use of performance-enhancing drugs in the league. Good news also for the D Tigers as they defeat Team USA in China tournament. Nigeria's senior men's basketball team, D Tigers, secured a significant victory by defeating Team USA with a score of 75-70 in their ongoing friendly tournament in China. This victory marks the second time the Nigerian men's team has emerged triumphant over the Americans. The Tigers are currently engaged in a playing tour that began in early October and will conclude on October 20. Despite this earlier disappointment in the Paris 2024 Olympics qualifiers, this victory signifies progress for the team, according to Babs Ogunade, Vice President of the Nigerian Basketball Federation. Now to UEFA Champions League news. Newcastle thrashes PSG in memorable Champions League homecoming. In a thrilling return to the Champions League at St. James Park, Newcastle United secured a stunning 4-1 victory against Paris Saint-Germain. Miguel Almiron, Dalbon, Sean Longstaff, and Fabian Schär were the goal scorers, making this a remarkable night for the Magpies. Eddie Howe's team now leads their challenging Champions League group, marking their first home game in Europe's premier competition in 20 years as a night to remember. Also in the UEFA Champions League, Alvarez and Doku strike late to push City past Leipzig. Manchester City secured a 3-1 victory against RB Leipzig in the Champions League, with Julian Alvarez and Jeremy Doku coming off the bench to score late goals. City dominated the match with Phil Foden opening the scoring. Leipzig equalized after halftime, but it was City's substitutes who ultimately secured the win. The victory was City's first in 3 attempts in Saxony, having previously drawn and lost in previous visits to Leipzig. Now we bring you fixtures all over the matches that were played yesterday in the Champions League, and also bring you fixtures of today's UEFA Europa League. We'll start with the Champions League, UEFA Champions League yesterday. Antwerp were beaten at home by Shakhtar Donetsk by 3 goals to 2. Atletico Madrid won Feyenoord by 3 goals to 2. Borussia Dortmund and AC Milan played a 0-0 draw after the full time. Celtic were beaten at home by Lazio 2 goals to 1. Zvezda and Young Boys also played a 2-2 draw. FC Porto and Barcelona winning that one by 1 goal to 0 away from home. And also like we brought to you, Newcastle winning PSG by 4 goals to 1, and RB Leipzig losing at home to Man City by 3 goals to 1. Other fixtures also from the MLS, where we have our dear Lionel Messi. We have Montreal and Houston playing a 1-1 draw. Charlotte beating Toronto by 3 goals to 0. FC Cincinnati also losing at home to New York Red by 2 goals to 1. Northeast Revolution losing at home to Columbus by 2 goals to 1. Philadelphia beating Atlanta by 3 goals to 2. Austin FC beating DC United by 3 goals to 0. Chicago winning Inter Miami by 4 goals to 1, surprisingly. And Nashville losing at home to Orlando by 1 goal to 0. Los Angeles beating Minnesota by 5-1. And Seattle beating LA Galaxy by 2 goals to 1. Vancouver winning St. Louis by 3 goals to 0. And also, let's bring you the UEFA Europa League fixtures that will be coming up today, Thursday, the 5th of October 2023. We have AEK Athens will be taking on Ajax. Aris Lima will be taking on Rangers. Baker will be taking on Olympiacos, and Marseille will be at home to Brighton. Raco will be entertaining Storm Graz. Real Betis will be on with SP Prague. Freiburg will be taking on West Ham. Sporting will be taking on Atalanta, and Haken will be taking on Karabakh. Also, in other fixtures, we have Liverpool will be at home to Union Salzburg, and Maccabi he also will be at home with Panathinaikos. Molde will be taking on Leverkusen. Roma will be taking on Servette. Slavia Prague will be taking on Tiraspol. Toulouse will be home to Linz, ASK, and Villarreal will also be logging it out with Rennes. With that, we come to the end of this morning comprehensive news coming all the way from the Cactv studios here in Lagos. Please do well to and feel free to reach out to us on our social media platforms, Cactv on Facebook and Cac Television on YouTube for all of your suggestions, comments, contributions, and also business proposals. Thank you for staying tuned with us. We promise to be bringing you comprehensive news all over the Federation and all over the globe as it comes hot. My name is Shegun White. I hope you enjoy, and I pray you enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you for staying tuned with us. Thank you.